Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony here, and for this video I'm going to explain to you how you can fix your Rocksteady figure in the leg region. As you saw in my review, the legs come not assembled correctly and you have to basically bend the knees like that to get them to stand even straight. And then there's also one other issue which you can fix, you don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and explain that all for you right here, right now. Alright, so really what you have to do, the first thing you have to do is you have to get some hot water. Now some people recommend the hot air or the blow dryer method. I don't prefer that because it can burn the figures. Hot water can cause problems too if you're not careful, but as long as the water is not boiling or really close to boiling, you will be just fine. So what I normally do, and of course this is different for everybody's microwave and the temperature of the water before you start to heat it, but I take about a cup of water and I microwave it for about 2 minutes, and that's a pretty good temperature. So you can kind of use that as a gauge, but again, do be careful, you don't want it too hot and don't burn yourself either. So once you have the hot water, dunk your figure in up to this point here at least. This is what you need to get hot and soft. And once that's in there, I'd say maybe 30 seconds, maybe not even, depending on the temperature of the water. Once this part is nice and warm, you want to, I'll use a knife. Don't use a knife. You want to use a small a flathead screwdriver or something else that you can get in there. You want to take it, and I'll do it on this side so you can see a little better. You want to go in between those two. I do it on the outside, but you want to go in between those two and just pop off. What you're really trying to do is to pry this part, come on. You want to pry this out and over the peg. The peg should stay in on this side, so you can lift this up and over, and then this part will be disconnected and you can pull this side through. The peg will come through with it. It should happen like that, but either way, it'll pop apart one way or another if you do that. While you have it hot, you also want to remove the boots. This is the second part, and I'll explain why it's not necessary, but either way, you need to do this part for sure, because when it comes on the figure, it's the wrong way no matter what. The part that sticks back for the calf is in the front, so that's no good. So if you want to leave it at that, pop that off on either side, flip them around, leave them on the same side, and then you can just spin the boot around, because that's how it is normally, and that's not right, obviously. So just pop them off, flip this part around, and put them back on, and that'll put it together the way they intended it to be put together. But that does leave one other problem, and that is what I showed off in my review actually. It keeps the feet kind of like this. So you have to spread the legs really far to get the feet to go flat. However, you can do something to fix that. Now this is technically not correct, because if you do it what we've done just to this point, you will have all of the pieces where they belong. They all have the L's on this side and the R's on this side. Everything's facing the right direction. But again, because of the angle of the cut joint on the boot and on the shin, or calf, or whatever you want to call it, the legs will be bowed. So if you want to fix that, what you need to do is, before you put these back on, switch them. Put the right one on the left and the left one on the right. And you have to pop the boots off, and these will just pop off very easily once everything's hot. Pull them off, put them on the other one, put them back on, and then put them back on to the knee joint. And what you want to do to put them back on is really just the exact opposite of what you did to take them off. You should still have the peg in one side, so just kind of, while it's hot and soft, push that peg through, and then using your tool you'll be able to kind of hold the peg in place and push this piece back down over the peg, and then the peg will come through. You may have some extra little hunks of plastic in there. That's just from manufacturing, you know, little bits of plastic, so you can cut those out if you want to. I don't care, because I just don't care. You can't really see them. But okay, so what you want to do then is look at your figure and be happy that he can stand almost perfectly straight. As you can see, his feet are almost perfectly flat. There's still a little bit of a curve, but it's much better. So technically these two pieces are on the wrong side, but it really helps the figure stand up, and I think you should probably do that if you're willing to use the hot water technique. I mean, you can use a hair dryer, but I wouldn't recommend it. So there it is, guys. That will help you have a Rocksteady that stands much better. As you can see, the knees are perfectly usable. You don't have to fling them all the way forward to stand. You don't have to spread his feet really far apart. He's nice and normal looking, and he will stand just fine like that. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope that's helpful. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. In the meantime, keep collecting.